In the hours leading up to the rally inside, hundreds of protesters lined the streets outside, and it wasn't always peaceful. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhardt has been out there all day where things are really heating up in downtown Albuquerque. Gabrielle.
Jessica, just minutes ago, this intersection here was full of protesters. Now, we want to mention earlier there were reports that tear gas was deployed. APD tells us that is not true. There was some smoke from some burning items and possibly burning tires. Now, everything started out calm this afternoon, but things started escalating as a line of protesters were greeting Trump supporters as they arrived, calling it the Walk of Shame. Hundreds of protesters lined the streets outside of the Albuquerque Convention Center hours before Donald Trump was scheduled to speak.
We need to make sure that he knows that we do not accept the message that he's bringing and the hatred.
The anti-Trump movement started a march down Central. Then things started heating up as protesters clashed with Trump supporters. Our cameras caught someone throwing water at a Trump supporter passing by in a wheelchair. A man shouted back, asking officers to help him out.
He gets assaulted on! These people have no clue what really goes on, I guess. They're even going to lie to themselves about what they just did to a handicapped person who has a right to rally for the other side.
By the time the rally started at 7 o'clock, Trump protesters rushed toward the convention center entrance, and the police responded in riot gear. At one point, officers decided this was an unlawful assembly and asked people to move back. Protesters we spoke with earlier say they planned to keep everything peaceful, but as the night went on, some people started burning Trump t-shirts across the street, shouting at police, and even slamming barriers into the wall. Now, even within the last few minutes, things have calmed down right behind me, but that's because police have moved us back away from where all of the action was happening. There were people jumping on cop cars, and we saw some people getting detained. But again, we heard from APD police that the only arrests were made inside the convention center. We're still waiting to hear if anyone outside was arrested. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Gabrielle. Now, Albuquerque police again say although there were reports of tear gas used, they did not deploy it. They did use smoke, though. Protesters did throw rocks and bottles at police.